Hello folks and welcome back. Today we gonna learn how to make step and repeat in Adobe Photoshop. The step and repeat is the term used of duplicating objects and spacing. So let's see how that works. I take the rectangle shape tool, then I press and I hold the shift key while I drag to constrain the proportions. I go to the Properties panel, I remove the fill, then I put a stroke of 15 pixels. Now, I will press Ctrl or Command T to free transform, then I scale the cube a little bit. Okay, now, what I will do first is the step by using a shortcut. So please remember this shortcuts because are very important to do this correctly in order to make it work. For the step on Windows, press Ctrl, Alt and T. On Mac is Command, Option and T. When you do that, nothing seems to happen in your computer screen, and is like you have used just the free transform tool. But when you drag and move the layer, you can notice that a duplicate of that layer is created. You can also see that in your Layers panel. And what that means is that every movement you are making in position, rotation, scaling, and the anchor point are being recorded until you commit the changes. If you press the Enter or Return key, or the check mark, the step have been recorded, and the second thing is the repeat. So now is when the fun part begins. On Windows, press and hold the Shift, Ctrl, Alt, and T. On Mac is Shift, Command, Option and T. Use that shortcut for repeating multiple times. The cube is duplicating and spacing as recorded in the step. In this case for the cube, maybe it didn't turn out very well. But let's see some another examples. I have deleted the other duplicates layers and I stayed with the original cube, so I'm gonna repeat the process. I press Ctrl, Alt and T for the step. This time, I will scale it to the inside only without position it. Then Shift, Ctrl, Alt and T to repeat. You can see now how is getting duplicated the cube. The thing is that the stroke from the cube is duplicating at the same size. I delete all that layers, then I decrease the stroke to 8 pixels. I will rasterize it, then I do the process again. Now this time, looks much better because the cube stroke it didn't stay the same size, it got smaller. I select all the layers, then I press right-click and merge layers. And all those layers have flattened in only one piece. I can resize it. I make now a shape line. I press and hold the Shift key to make a straight line. I put no fill and a stroke of 25 pixels. And now I will just repeat the process. Then there I have my lines duplicated. I make a circle shape. And I will do some transformations to the step, so they will be recorded. When I make the repeat, you can see how is doing it. I make a triangle. And another thing that you can do is use the anchor point. When you press Ctrl or Command T for free transform, in the options bar you can activate and also reposition the anchor point. You can turn it on and off whenever you want. You can also reposition the anchor point by pressing this buttons or manually. By moving the anchor point, your rotation will be from that point. I move the anchor point to the bottom right, then I do the same step and repeat process using the shortcuts. See how the triangle is rotating from that point. And I did that design. Now, something important. In the case of shape layers, you have the option to merge shapes, and that will give you a different end result. So, to show you what I mean with this, I will right-click in the layer, and I select Merge Shapes. And as you can see, that the final result will look different than expected. All the shapes have been merged, but as a shape. You have to keep that in mind. If you like this result, you can leave it as that, and keep that shape. But I will undo this, and instead I will rasterize all the layers, and see what happens. I rasterize all that layers, and they are not shapes anymore. And because they are not shapes, the option now is Merge Layers, so I select that. And there I have my shape in one piece. You don't need to merge them if you don't want. You can group them also, or leave it as single layers. I recommend you to merge them or group it to keep the layers panel organized. Now, I will take the brush tool, and I will just paint a brush stroke. This can be anything. And I repeat the same previously process of step and repeat, using the shortcuts. You can also use the brush tool in photos, as long as they are raster images. Until the recording of this video, only the shapes and raster layers can be used for step and repeat. I tried to do it with smart objects, and it seems that it is not possible. And this is what I get from that brush stroke, a beautiful sun, maybe that can be. The potential of using the step and repeat is incredible huge, and you can do a lot of designs using this. So be creative, practice, get used to the shortcuts, and you'll be amazed of what you can do. subscribe, comment, like and share. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.